What's going on YouTube? Kyle Ken coming at you with another episode of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. So if you're enjoying this series, please be sure to become a sleuth yourself and hit that like button to show your support. Anyway, the last episode we ended up finishing up the account rating case. We found out that Yuko's real last name is Kamishiro, so she has some affiliation with the Kamishiro Enterprises. Anyway, this time around we're going to be taking on a few more cases. The first one I decided to take on is going to be an urgent one, I believe. This is this one right here from Mirai. So, because I decided to take this one on, we have to go talk to Mirai. Some of them will warp you directly to the client, but this one does not. I guess the urgent ones don't. That might be the discrepancy there. But all we need to do is head to the digital lab because that's where Mirai resides most of the time. And right here, we get a little cutscene from Kyoko. I don't really know why she contacted us right here, since it just said we better take on a case before Kyoko forces one on us. So I guess that's just to like get us used to taking more cases on when we have nothing to do. So we get another case at the agency. So once we're done with this case, we could check out a few others. I actually go and check it out right now to see what it is. The case I want to start that one right now, just to see what the reward is. It's another urgent one, but the prize isn't all that good, so I'm gonna put that off till later to do. And we're gonna head to the digital lab, and right about here, I edited out quite a bit of the video. Oh no, not yet. I guess I'm incorrect. So right here, Mira is explaining her case. And basically what we have to do for this specific case here is going to be a recurring theme. Not really all that recurring if you don't really use the farm much, but essentially she's going to give us a case regarding a hacker who misuses Digimon, and she wants us to put him in his place. And now, what was it? Last episode, I believe, we learned that the cases with green pins are the farm cases. Those are going to be the ones that, or some of the ones that Mirai is going to give to us to find more hackers, which we'll learn a little bit later on in this episode, I'm fairly certain. And there's 30 of them, I believe. So once we complete this case, she will, inform us that she has compiled a list of 29 others, but she doesn't know where they are. And that's when we're going to have to use the Digifarm in order to find more of them. So, she wants us to head to Kulun level 2, I believe it is. I don't remember, and I was taking my time reading this, so past Kenny isn't being a dummy head right now. Okay, hurry up with the reading. Come on, past Kenny. You're making it hard for future Kenny right now. Of course, you don't know that because I'm supposed to have my audio. Anyway, add out quite a bit of time right there, like I said, because I checked my my Digifarm and stuff like that. And that's going to happen quite a bit this episode because, like I said in the previous episode, most of the time in this game, at least for me, is spent at the Digifarm. And right here, well, I get Digiline about the Digifarm, so I go to see it again, which is edited out, of course, because I don't want to waste too much of your time. My original recording for this was about 50 minutes. I was able to cut out about 20 minutes of that, and the rest of that is this video right here. So a lot of time was spent in the farm, random battles, stuff like that. Right about here, there's going to be another small cut because I got a slight interruption. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, there you go. Alright, so he's in Kulin level 2. He's actually in this area. You can see him over there in the corner with the exclamation point above his head. That's who we have to get to, and we're going to have to make him repent for his actions. There's not really much to say, honestly, about this. Just get to the guy we need to interact with and put him down. Get another Digiline right there. I believe that it's another, yep. It's another one from the farm. And with this right here, I think I do forget to swap my researcher USB, so I don't get as much scan data as I should for this fight, rather as I would have had I had it on. I'm pretty sure it increases the base of what you get by 5%, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, this guy's basically like, if you're gonna make me repent, you're gonna have to fight me. So it's whatever. He has two Demi-Devimon, which spells a bit of trouble for me because boy has two data types, one vaccine. I do have one free type in Vmon. Unfortunately, my Falcomon's attack is an AoE. I say unfortunately because that makes it a little bit less concentrated, so it's not going to do as much damage. As you see right there, it did quite a bit, but it's not quite enough to take out either Demi-Devimon. So I'm going to switch Duncan out for Gomamon, because Gomamon is indeed a vaccine type. And vaccine types will help me with, taking out virus types a lot more easily. I don't think I really need to do that because I'm pretty sure right here Vmon is able to take out one of the Demi-Devimon with the V headbutt. Yeah, he did quite a bit, considering he's a free type. But yeah, this fight isn't too difficult at all. It's a entry-level case, so it can't be too difficult. And that's good. I don't remember what the prize is particularly. So I think it's just average. I think it's just like capsule, HP recovery capsule C, and along with something else. That's the only reason I can think of why I would take this case over the one that that Kyoko gave us 2 seconds ago. So once we get this guy to repent, we can head back to Mirai, which should happen in a second. But I believe I use my one of my export gates, and right here I switch my researcher USB off Renamon since she's not at the front of my party for now. So just gonna take that off her for a bit. I actually don't know who I'm gonna keep that on for the majority of the game, to be honest. And right here I'm looking at my attachments. I'm like, well, I should probably put the attachment on. Oh no, I don't put it on Vmon. Was that before? It might have been last episode I put it on Vmon. Put the attack attachment on, maybe. Anyway, use my export here, like I said, because exports are actually so useful. You're going to be using those quite a bit throughout this playthrough, actually. I don't really use home gates all that much. What those do is essentially return me to the travel agency immediately. Travel agency? No, I did it again. The detective agency, because I always think of Rin's travel agency whenever I'm ready to say agency, so that's my reasoning there for always saying travel agency, in case anyone was actually wondering, although you probably aren't. So we have to go back to the person that gave us the case, the client. In this case, it's Mirai. So she lets us know that there are a few more hackers out there, and by a few, I mean 29 more that she has on her list. Which, is a bit, but we don't have to do them. These are optional. I think most cases in this game are actually optional. Wait, does she tell us that there's 29 more? She has to, because there's no way I would know there were just 30 in total. Because I forgot from my stream, because I thought there was 10. Yeah. Now we're down to 29. Jeez, I hate post commentary so much. Like, I literally have nothing to talk about. Because I'm not really sure what else to talk about aside from what I did in my video. And I don't really, like I said in the previous, like the past 3 episodes, I really don't remember my thought process. So this isn't really good for me. But, I guess it's better than no commentary at all. It'd be great if my commentary was never lost in the first place. I'll just have to be much more careful when recording on my Elgato, not my Elgato, my AverMedia. Thinking about switching over to Elgato though, because this AverMedia literally gives me problems every time I try to use it. And I don't know if it's just me, but like it's always like it's not plugged into a 3.0 USB slot. Like it's always putting like a taxing strain on my computer. So whenever I go to like just record something, and it's just like, oh, well, you're using too much CPU right now, so you're gonna have to stop, and it's just a hassle, to be honest. Elgato's a little bit more expensive, but hopefully it'll be more reliable. So if I do end up making the switch, which I probably will at some point, but right now I don't think I will, because then that means I have to get a lot of this recorded earlier, and then that'll kind of influence my Stream Boy time. So right here, we have a first DLC case. And I just had to take that on because of what we get for it. With the developer know-how, a Mega HP generator, and a Mega SP generator. Now, the developer know-how is huge for anyone trying to get researcher USBs. And this DLC is just part of the free pack that you could get at the tail end of last month, which would have been February, assuming you're watching this at real time. This should be going up March 14th. Hopefully. Like I said, it does take me quite a while to actually end up getting these rendered, so I'm also recording this at 6 in the morning, so it should be rendered and uploaded later today, because hour and a half rendering time shouldn't be too long to do while I'm sleeping. Anyway, I cut out a bit more there because, oh wait, did I end it out a bit more there for me going to the farm PC? I don't think I did. I think I just head over to Mirai. Anyway, this is, like I said, just a DLC case. So you would figure it's a little bit more difficult than a regular case, or at the very least, it's a little bit longer than a regular case. Well, this one's not that bad. It is a 1-star, so it can't be too difficult. Now, all we have to do for this one is go to cooling level 1, and Mirai had said that there's about 3 hackers. I don't know if she said if there's 3 yeah, she said there's 3 hackers that are forming a group, so we need to stop them before, you know, they get too powerful. Now, I should have edited out to cooling level 1. Right there was when I edited out the farm thing, because I do end up doing that quite a bit. And right here, we actually get information about another case. She says the back entrance is so cold. Now, that has to do with something at the back entrance, obviously. I honestly, the first time I played this game, I was like, well, that's probably, you know, near the door, because that's where the door is back there. But before I go back there, I come to this shop right here because they have escape gates. Not escape gates, exports, which allow us to get back to the dungeon's entrance, which is extremely helpful. They don't cost too much, so that's probably what I'm going to use a lot of yen on for now. Right here, you have 2 options. You can talk to the character back there, or just come here and investigate the, I don't know what to call this, Digiblocks, I guess? And we get, like, a message from a dreary girl. And right after that, we get information regarding a new case. So we have to keep that in the back of my mind for later. You definitely, I think you need to find out about that case to progress on in the story, as a matter of fact. So be sure to do that. It's not like you can't figure it out. Actually, is there a way you can miss that? If you take the long way out of Broadway, you might miss it. But then if you take the long way out, I think you might still be able to learn about the case in the back, because those 2 characters are there. Or the male character is always there, and I think the falling bits are there as well. Anyway, here in Kulum level 1, we have to find the 3 hackers and try to dissuade them from wait, is that a word? Decourage? No. Not derail. I guess, like, convince them to not be bad people, because these guys are some real dicks. And these guys are just terrible fucking people. Alright, so here's the guy, here's the first hacker. Here's the, we'll learn in a second that he's the youngest of the brothers. And okay, yeah, good guys picking first big battle hackers like me, huh? Yeah, he's part of the legendary 3 scammers, or claim 3 scammers, because you're DLC, so you're probably really not legendary. Anyway, he tells us about what his purpose is. He targets dumb young gamers playing free-to-play games, using Digimon to sell them comfort items. So my first thought was, you're just Dr. Mog selling us relics and record keeper right now. And then he's like, hurry up, your parents' credit card bills already. Time and money's a waste. And I'm like, well, no. I'm going to put you down right here, right now. So he has a Demi-Devimon and a Bodemon. So that's the 3rd Demi-Devimon we've seen this episode already. And I believe if I had my researcher USB on earlier, I might have had enough to make a Demi-Devimon. or the Digi-converted Demi-Devimon. But this fight isn't hard at all. 58 experience, it's just the Bodemon and Demi-Devimon, so, you know, it's alright. Of course, there's two more hackers that we have to interact with. So he's like, I'm not gonna repent. My big brother's gonna swoop down and avenge me. So until you beat him, I'm not repenting. So I'm like, well, okay. And right here, I'm not really sure what I was looking at. I guess I was just looking at my camaraderie. I think that's what I was looking at this time. That's all I can assume I was looking at, so. Anyway, add another battle right there. Right there is the next hacker we have to talk to. Or part of the scammer, I guess. I still don't understand why. I went up and talked to him. Why would it say, do you want to talk to the hacker? I really don't understand. This guy's a fucking dickhead. Is he the one? Yeah, he's a middle child. He's the male scammer. Is this the guy that sells stuff to old people? And, just like juices them out of there? Yep. I was so mad when I was like, wow, you're actually a dickhead. You deserve to be put into your misery. So, he tried to justify himself by saying he's not that heartless. He's like, it says effects may vary. If they buy my stuff, it's their responsibility. But you're selling stuff that you know won't work. And like, he's juicing old people out of like their retirement money. Like, guy, you gotta be put down right now. So that's why I'm here. Anyway, so here we see Pagumon, which is great. Because now I can degenerate some of my mons into Pagumon. Which I don't think I said during this episode. If I did, it would have been one of the parts of my original recording that I edited out. Because I was being at the farm. But that's really good seeing a Pagumon this early in the game. I think you still see it relatively early on in the game. But thanks to the DLC, you can degenerate into it much earlier. And he just tells us about his big brother, or his older sibling. Wait, did he say big brother? I see, I wasn't paying attention this time or last time. This time being me when I'm post-commentating. But there's actually a reason why I'm wondering if he said big brother or not. As you'll see momentarily. That I'm pretty sure he'll just say one of the three siblings. He must be the older sibling that Mamoru mentioned before. And it still asks, do I want to talk to the hacker? I don't know why. And this is the one that's the oldest of the three scammers. And this one's a little weird. Not really weird, but I guess weird in the sense that it got translated over to this. He's basically saying that he became a hacker, or rather a scammer, because he can only choose between male and female avatars when he doesn't want to be classified into either one of them. Or I can say he, but I can't. This hacker didn't want to be classified as male or female. So that's why he started. They started their hacking spree in Eden was to rebel against only being able to have those two choices. And right here is great because we have Kiramon, and not Kiramon, Sumimon, and I got really unlucky right there because it was like a 5-10% chance, and it has Death Touch essentially, which just straight OHKOs if you know, that chance happens. So I'm a little sad, but it's fine because I can use Vmon's turn to kill a Sumimon, or do I revive Gomamon immediately? I think I kill a Sumimon. No, I revive Gomamon first with my only revival capsule, which sucks, but I will be able to buy more of those relatively soon, I believe. Yeah, and Gomamon gets in a turn before Kiramon, so what I'm going to do here is use Idle Bubble to put the Kiramon to sleep. And I think Idle Bubble has a 100% chance of putting them to sleep if they're susceptible to it, which is quite interesting. Also, right around here is when I noticed, I'm like, wait, these guys are supposed to be virus type, or at the very least Kiramon should be, but it's not. And I'm not sure why it's not. But I just start picking up the Sumimon here. Well, I picked off one, and then Falcomon just KO'd the other two. We get an escape gate there, which isn't bad, but you don't really I've never run from a battle in this game, I don't think. Even when I was streaming, I always just like, alright, I'll just put you guys down real quick. It's not that big of a deal. Now this person is just saying like how they can't beat me and like how they're a terrible how they're a failure, good for nothing. And I'm just like, the character's like, but you're the strongest, you're a good sibling to the other two. And he's just like, alright, you know what? I've reflected on my actions. I won't scam people anymore. And that's it for this case. And we get some phenomenal items for it, so there's no reason to not do this case, especially if you're early game. Hell, even if you're like mid to late game, just a free mega HP generator and mega SP generator are just phenomenal. What was the other thing that gives? It was something good, because I was like, I need to do this right now. I forgot what it was. I have no idea. Now, I could have went to Digilab right there, but I think what I ended up doing is just going right in front of the travel agency, which doesn't really matter, to be honest. I probably could have went right there. It would have taken about the same amount of time, but oh well. I go at the travel agency, or at the phone in front of the travel agency. If I'm looking at the timeline, I think I edited out another bit of where I went to the farm. Yeah, I did. And looks like I edited a little bit too much. You don't even see me warp in, but it's okay. I think it might not have been here, but I think at that time I did evolve a few Digimon. One of them being the Falcomon on my party. I think I did evolve the Vmon. I took it into X-Vmon. Did evolve the Falcomon into Aquilamon. And I'm pretty sure I put the Vmon. I made it into X-Vmon and then put it in the Digibank. For reasons a little bit later on. Yeah, I have the Aquilamon in my party right there. Right here, got another question from Salamon. There's 13 Royal Knights, so answered that. Remember, like, this is only for essentially trophies. I don't think it has an effect on their camaraderie or anything like that. Or just like trivia for Digimon in general. So right here I show my Aquilamon. I did evolve it into Aquilamon rather than what I was into Stingmon, because I wanted to see if Aquilamon learns any decent moves, because I wanted a more diverse team this time around in terms of inherited skills. So I'm going to be digivolving my Digimon through different paths before I get to their final path that I want to do with them. And I'm going to have I'm going to go into Stingmon, have him for a while, then as you guys know, I'm making Imperial Dramon, so that's why I'm getting a Stingmon. But I'm planning out a bit more of my team. Oh, developer know-how. Yes, that's a phenomenal thing to get for free, because that allows us to develop items much quicker. So, and develop better quality items, so we could even get the Tactician USBs easier, which I should probably start doing. I keep saying I say that so much. I need to break that habit. So now I'm going to take on this case right here. Doesn't give us the best reward, but it introduces, I don't really want to say a new game mechanic, but a bit of a new case type, I guess, so to speak. There I go again saying, jeez, I can't not. I just use that as my transitional word a lot. I need to find something better to say, because I don't say it, like, if I'm actually speaking to someone, I don't say that, but if I'm commentating, I say a lot, which I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed by now, and probably get annoyed at me because I say that so much. So this guy's pretty rude, and while he was talking to me, I was just like, who are you talking to, yada yada yada. And essentially he's like, yeah, my game, it keeps freezing, I need a cyber sleuth to fix the problem. And my immediate response was, you're the game developer, you're the one supposed to be working out the bugs, how is this a case for me to solve? But, you know, as whatever, I'm getting paid for this, I'm okay. And I get a little bit more experience as well. So what we need to do is head in here, and you can see how cool Aquilamon, I think Aquilamon looks pretty cool, at least in this game. Few random battles here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to head to the Digilab again. I'm going to digivolve my Gomamon. And in my original commentary, I was talking about how I know what's going to happen. Gomamon's going to digivolve into Kakumon, be a physical attacker. I'm going to be really upset, degenerating him into Gomamon again. And that's exactly what happened. So apparently, the entire Gomamon line outside of Gomamon is just physical attackers. Now, that's not that big of a deal, but the thing is, as of right now, I have one special attacker in my team, Renamon. I wouldn't mind having any Kakumon, but I would prefer like a special attacker. So I think I know what I'm going to do with that. I'm not going to stay in the Gomamon line anymore. Um, I could go to the Anjouamon line, which I might do, or I could go to the... That's it. Just... No. Oh, or I could go to the Marine Anjumon. Not the Marine Anjumon. Into Marine Anjumon, which I personally really like. Those of you that have watched my ridiculous plays, you know I like him. Or her. It. But until I get the Marine Anjumon, they're all physical attackers, so... Right here, I get to show off Glidehorn from Aquilamon. And at first, I was like, yeah, you're going to get flumped on. But then I'm like, wait, this is the strongest Poryamon ever because it's like a boss for this quest. Or case, rather. I always say quest. As you can see right there, Duncan's not doing too much damage. But his double backhand isn't all that powerful in general, so... There is that. And there's not really much else to say about this fight. It's just a Poryamon with higher stats, I guess. It is nice to have speed charge, though, on a Digimon for now, so I can increase my speed at a later point in time. It also doesn't really help that my Aquilamon is level 4. It is a champion level Digimon, but it's not dealing out as much damage as my rest of my team because it's not really, you know, at the level for that. Although... oh my gosh, I forgot about the experience I got right there. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to have Gomamon go into a different line now. Unfortunately, that's what I'm going to have to end up doing. But the good thing is I already have Idle Bubble, so no matter what I go into now, I'll have Idle Bubble to sleep opponents. The only thing is whether or not I'll have a special attacking Mon with him, which is what I'm going to go for. It's going to be a bit annoying, but... It's okay. I mean, I really like the Gomamon line. Like, I didn't get it redigitized because I'm pretty sure I spoke about my bad experience with Vikebon, about why I don't like him. But I think he's a cool Digimon. I just don't like him from that one bad experience that I had when I was younger. Oh, sorry. It's 6:30 in the morning now, and I am quite tired. I just finished streaming a little while ago. Anyway, we finish up this man's case, and he gets all grateful, which he should have been the entire time, because it's not professional to just start being a dick to someone you've hired, and two, fuck you, guy. Tired of this man. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I believe I returned to the agency just to pick up my reward. And that's it, really. There's nothing else I can say. Like I feel so awkward post commentating like an actual video. Like this isn't like, you know, a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle where I can explain my thought process, what was happening, because like, you know, I'm reacting to what's happening there, and you know I can remember my thought process. It's just, yeah. I guess it's because this is done in more real time. But anyway, that's gonna be all for this episode. I like I did with my Renamon, which still doesn't have a nickname because I guess since not many of my viewers watch this episode, no one submitted a nickname to me on Twitter yet. I'm gonna put my Gomamon up for a nickname. At the time as I made this, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it. Now I think I'm gonna take it into the Gatomon line. So I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. I just know that Gatomon's a special attacker. And right here, I was just doing my outro in my other version. But, you know, tweet me, hashtag, name Gomamon, I guess, since it's still a Gomamon right now. But, yeah, that'll be all for this episode. So, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.